I'm starting a little bit late this morning. What I am learning in this life that I should have been taught as a child is about self care, self love, self unconditional love, self survival, as in the survival of the fittest, self respect. I was taught, on the other hand, to be a giver, to give all of your power away, and taught to be used and abused and keep your mouth quiet and accept and like that. And throughout my whole life, that's what I have drawn. A lot of people that are light givers, light bringers, bringers of new knowledge and new truth that come into this realm to share it, to tear up and shift the whole paradigm that's based on lies, blinding someone, killing someone, setting them up in deception. When you come to shift that, many times people are going to be drawn to you intuitively, instinctively, that know things that you don't, that seem innocent, but they're a part of secret occult groups, secret societies to take you out, to wash you out. Just like in the movie End of Days, people are looking for you, watching for you. They recognize when you come because they do numerology, secret divination, human sacrifice, animal sacrifice, and they're being taught the occult knowledge that you don't have privy to recognize you when you don't know who you are and you can't recognize yourself. And so they try to take you down and take you out, and you get so much misfortune and harm, especially when you don't have a mother and a father and a family to shield you. And some mothers are so fucking dirty when you're dealing with vagina power competitions, pussy fights, pussy competitions. I'm better than you. But when anytime somebody keeps telling you that they're better than you and they're above you, many times they have a jealousy and extreme self-loathing and self-hatred problem and self-esteem problem. And they keep trying to tell themselves they're the best. But if they keep having to tell you they're better than you, they're smarter than you, they're richer than you, it is really a temporary paradigm, a false paradigm where they don't soul, pussy, suck dicks, kill people, got insurance policy, doing all kind of dirty shit to get the illusion of money, the illusion of status above you, the illusion of wealth and affluence and respect to their reputation. But how could you do that to a child that you gave birth to and tell them they ain't shit and you better than them and got more going on than them? When you fucking 3 months old and goddamn 5 years old, of course they're going to be ahead of you if they're the adult and they brought you into the world and they were here first. And as the adult, they have to take care of you, wash your ass, feed you. You don't even know you in the motherfucking world. You like you in the Garden of Eden, naked, and don't even know your nakedness, and don't know your pussy is out, and don't know it's a pussy, and don't know that you stand in the vagina power, and that your vagina has motherfucking power to rule. But your mother knows, and she already fears you, and you're just in an etheric being in an energy form. And what she knows is when she throws you to the world, when she throws you to the wolves, and you have nobody and you have no resources and no protection because your mother doesn't have your back, your father doesn't have your back, you're thrown out with nothing, nobody, no food, no soap, no rag, no wash water, no goddamn bowl to put the wash water and soap in to wash your motherfucking ass. She knows what's going to happen to you because she knows anytime a woman has money and affluence but stabs her children and violates them and mistreats them, that already tell you the bitch sold her soul for gold. The bitch sold her soul to her mouth, pussy, and booty hole to get her money. Because any woman that would abuse, humiliate, and degrade and tell her child she's nothing and she's above you and she can see your light and your gifts. That's why she keeps trying to reinforce and say, you ain't no good, you ain't shit. That's why she tries to feed you in a way that's like a dog, inhumane. Buy your clothes, use your. Let me tell you something about my mother. My mother had gotten to a point, and then I know now she was selling drugs, doing drugs, selling her ass, lying, cheating, and stealing people from money, stealing money from people, and then had this wealth and affluence in Buckhead and all of these white, predominantly white affluent areas because she was selling her soul, selling her ass, selling her life. And she was a part of a very powerful occult group that ruled the churches, the evangelists, the science of mind, Scientology in Atlanta, New York, LA, Detroit, Baltimore. That's Baltimore is a heavy occult area where they had all the Pentecostal churches and the spirit realms and the readers and the seers. Those preachers, male and female, were also homosexual secretly. And my mother went to minister school in Baltimore and stayed there for like 4 or 5 years. Was away from her own children for 5 years. We didn't see her, but she would call sometimes. But it basically she was doing her and getting this knowledge, and a lot of that revolves around sex parties. I keep trying to tell y'all, even the Congress members, um, the politicians, Nancy Pelosi, the head of the House, her husband and her are very powerful elitist witches and go to the ritual parties underground and do the sacrifices underground. And if you really look at her, you can tell. And what I've seen, she's mind control, chipped, and an extreme junkie and alcoholic. Oh, that's alleged in the spirit. I don't know. I've seen it. I've talked to the demons around her and the baby demons from the different babies and the blood drinking parties with her husband and all the people that are in the house. That's the only way you're going to stay up there on Capitol Hill. And all the politicians and the seats of power and presidential seats of power, and that are also tied to the movies and the Hollywood industry. You're not going to be able to put movies out and promote a certain agenda unless the military complex is behind it. If you're talking about war and fights and soldiers, they're behind it. They're choreographing it. You have to get approval from them, or you're not going to go on. And all the politicians and entertainers that pay them and that they lobby to, that give them millions of dollars to get out and promote a certain agenda. And that involves you dealing with sacrifices of children, sex with children first, virgin children, and even they're still having those they stole from Haiti, those real dark skinned children. And if you go to a lot of those parties with white women and white men, you'll see the type of black person or black man there that's very dark skinned. The blacker, the better. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Why? Because they felt that's the original God man, the hue man, the blue man. When they show those characters that are blue or that are goddamn green, they don't want to tell you that that person is really a so-called black person, blue, black, jet black God, for part of the originals that came to the planet to petrify their energy and create a mathematical etheric grid to download the image and imagery in a human form by having an etheric template with black, blue, black. Sirius is one of them, the Sirius dog star. And who else also came here to me is Madame Blavatsky, who's very dirty and low down and racist, hates black people, hates the root races, the black, yellow, red, the black, the Asian, the native. Those root races they want to kill and destroy because they know those are the beginning of knowledge, the seed of knowledge. And I saw her saying, I have to fight the dog. I have to kill the dog. That was the originator of the planet, which would be the dog star, the dog god Sirius, the God and the Dog, and Margaret Sanger. See, that's why when you look at people in power and have seats of power, you don't see any so-called black people. Because those people are they're eugenicists and they're very racist. And if you listen, when it's a documentary I saw, when George Bush's brother, when they were trying to take Florida to steal the election for George Bush, I think from Al Gore, which was all staged, just like the slapping was just a stage and a trick, two sissies fighting. About some damn Chico sticks. That's all that goddamn was the other night. Two sisters up there that done sip tea, and I suck you, and I'm gonna bend over and you fuck me. And then the man and his wife is a part of the elite, satanic as hell, who's also under a fool with Lauren. They're two students of her and had a fool and Lauren on the red tabletop. They all in together, evil as hell. Said her hair falling out and she can't keep that from on her head and some keep pulling it out. But you around here fucking and sucking 10 and 15-year-old grown ass men and you can't get that sperm power and penis power out of their guts and bust it out their seminal duct fluids through their motherfucking nuts. and rub that cum on your hair and your face. Take that young goddamn fluid from a goddamn dog guard and a goddamn guard star and make your damn hair anchor the roots of your head and secure it so it'll grow back and stay motherfucking in your head. That ought to tell you something about that motherfucker ain't right, man. Dirty as hell. And you see all three of them together. Nipsey baby mama, the actress, Jada, and motherfucking Queen of Four. All of them running together. Sluts of a feather flock together. I mean, satanic and dirty as hell. And I heard him get up there, all of a sudden, you got some G in you, you got some pimp in you like Tupac, and you went up there and slapped Chris Rock. There really wasn't no slap. Slapped him like a bitch, like the bitch both of y'all is. That's all an agenda to trick you and get you caught up in that shit and draw back and obviously trying to give him some credit and self-respect and respect among the people of the masses that he don't motherfucking have and lost a long time. Them two lovers, see. That's all the fuck that is. Because you cannot be, especially Chris Rock, he got a deeper level and another level of power because he black like that. See, he real dark skinned. And I don't know if both of them wore a dress and played a feminine role or a gay role in the movie, but they siphon off of him, people, niggas like him and Tay Diggs, niggas that dark skinned and hate they motherfucking self, but will sell they motherfucking soul and they melanin through they motherfucking booty hole. They just melanin by proxy. They melanin by sight. See, you look at them and you said because they dark skinned and blue black, it gonna be all right. But it's really not that. Them niggas done sold they soul for gold through they motherfucking mouth and motherfucking calm on their teeth and open their booty hole. That's what the fuck that is. That's just a scam and everybody talking about, oh, he's slapping. You really think this nigga, they finna let him come up there and slap one of they motherfucking slave they done buck broke? You know, butt broke and buck broke, like during the slavery, where the slave master fuck them in the ass and fuck the little boys and children and had whole house for all of them. God damn it. All y'all can get this dick, god damn it. And then you gonna fuck me with that big black dick in mine and open my ass chakra, my first chakra through my ass and really set me free. Like that song by Down the Road. Set me free, why don't you, baby? Get in my ass, why don't you, baby? Hoo, hoo, hoo. Yeah. Yeah, riding that train to Midnight, Georgia. On that midnight train, they got them Georgia, riding that choo-choo track all through here, damn Hershey Highway. To set them free, goddammit. Set me free, why don't you, baby? Let me buck break you and while you dick suck me, goddammit. That's what the fuck, that's all that was, a minstrel show, a shit show. Excuse my pun. Then when they snap out and fuck and pop that mouth and they got bust jammed in the motherfucking ass again. All night long, like Lionel Richie. All night long, suck dick real strong. All night long, make me come out the bone. Hey, all night long, yeah. Sucking his bone, riding it cause I'm jonesing for that jet black dick and coming bone. Yay. I'm gonna leave that goddamn shit all night long. Yay. Yeah, that's all. See, that is their tell lie vision. I tell lies on your vision. And while I tell lies vision, now I don't reduce the tell lie vision to your pocket and to your hand. And while I'm sticking dick in you, sucking dick, you see the Sandman. See, now you got the phone in your hand, in your pocket and in your ear. I'm introducing that flavor in your ear, like Craig Mack. Introducing flavor in your ear, and it's going through your eyes into your subconscious mind and telling you lies and opening your thighs, caressing KY in your ass, and I suck your dick and get you hypnotized. That's all this is. Finna take you to the next level of tell a lie vision, false vision. Believe some of what you see and half and none of what you hear. And see, if you're only gonna be on Capitol Hill, you're gonna be in politics, you're gonna have a female, Pelosi, really ran by men's and wolves and jackals. She have to stay drunk, take some sedative and dope and shit just to keep herself be able to function up there. See, you can even look at Nancy Pelosi, goddammit. You can look at some of her when she speaks. And and open her eyes real slow. They be kind of over low, like riding low. And just relax. You can tell that she's on that sauce. She's on that sauce. And done gave her a taste of that. Popped the fucking piece to keep Xanax. Keep her relaxed and real, but awake, but yet goddamn sleep. See, and seduce the peoples into a lullaby, and have demonic entities and spells on the video, on the goddamn TV and shit. Just like that man named Buck that was up there buck breaking niggas in the ass out there in LA. He was a major contributor to Bill and Hillary campaign. Hillary Clinton running for president campaign and going over to Haiti and bringing them real black children. The darker for them, the more power. See, you have demonic entities. They like that flesh. They like white children and all races of children flesh too, but they have to have some kind of light and spells and spirits inside of them that they're born with through the bloodline to cannibalize on them. But you will notice in African countries where the white folks always go, and the missionary posing as missionaries is really baby dick suckers. They want some of that peen. They want some of that blue, black, charcoal, peen. That wee and my fake booty pussy and my TT go up in it and see me. Take me way out into space where I see beings and NASA and bust a nut real hard and then flip and reverse the case. See, them niggas go in there and get that money, fucking them white men's in they ass. And go over there as missionaries and teach them how to take dick and suck dick and ride them in their ass. Then come over here and get all kind of money and fame and mansions and political power and political gain. Why? Because them spirits, they sacrifice it to love that heavy melanin blood and that heavy melanin flesh. And even become more sensitive, more powerful and intuitive and aware. Because you are riding, as Dr. Saban Nipsey was saying yesterday, you are taking in the soul force, life force, blood of living waters, the living waters of the body and the mind, and the nine ether and the coily hair that gives them more power and dominate those same people that were the originators and creators and the rulers of the earth, the root races like Madame Blavatsky that are also the same teachings and theology of the KKK, the white supremacist Aryan nation. Those root races were the first ones here from the extraterrestrial planes and from other planets and galaxies and solar systems. And those same solar systems were reflected into the earth. So they ruled the earth first, but they'll tell you that they ruled it. But how can you when we are older? They are not older. You should read the book called The White Man Inheritance. And when we were their mother and father, even Dr. Francis Cress Welsing talks about this, and they are our children, and they begged the blacks to love them, the black gods. And they said, no, we have created an albino, we have created a problem. Get out here and banish them to the mountains. And they said, by any means necessary, I am going to get you black motherfuckers because you my mama and you don't want to love me. Just like if you look back and you see the white woman always had the big fat black mammoths sucking her babies, the baby sucking her titty. A lot of white women wouldn't suckle their babies in the plantations. They would make the black woman suck their titty because they know that that's symbolically their mama. There's a lot. Or how they put it to me, Adna. They know that's where they come from. Subliminal, that's their mama. And they'll try to force you to be their mama. And if you don't want to be their mama, they'll kill, lie, cheat, rape your ass, tie your ass up, bind you into slavery, and make you be what they know that you are. Even they have to kill you and bind you and beat from you and steal from you to do that shit. So they're going to suppress you and say, no, it's not you, it's me. And I'm the true ruler of the planet, but how can you when you are not older than your mama? The creator and your mama got color to her. And the original one came down blue and even came down white, ether, clear, and then decided to shift itself into a blue-black body because it can make, like Dr. Manhattan, he said, I can make myself be wherever you want me to be. I can make whatever color I want to be, and I can shift that color from black to blue to white, yellow, red, anything you want. I'm every woman, goddamn it, it's all in me, and I'm every fucking nigga walking, slinging a big dick with all this calm and from this sea man that came from the original seas and oceans of the worlds above and the worlds below, walked up out the motherfucking water. And they even say the originals of us were aquatic beings. We could breathe in water, half aquatic. Like this actor Patrick Duffy used to play a character like that. If you look up that TV series, he can walk on land and he had a tail and he can retract the tail, breathe on land, and then he's aquatic, half amphibian, reptilian from our old reptile brain. Just like the baby is breathing in a water sac with a membrane. And I've seen white women, when I used to live around them, they have a baby that's 2 and 3 months old. Get out there in a swimming pool that's 5 feet deep and 8 feet deep. They start that little baby off in the 5 feet. Dip the baby real quick in the water, and baby go, whoo, trying to breathe. And then they blow in the baby face. Keep dipping the baby down. Dipping the little cute white baby down in the water. Blowing his face some more. Baby shaking. After a few minutes, goddamn go by, that white lady dropped that baby down in there. They're about 2 or 3 months old, that big ass head. The baby started damn swimming around. Perfectly swimming in the fucking water. Because they know what to fucking do that they done blinded your ass and tell you not to fucking do. Oh, black folks can't swim. That's a goddamn lie. You can't swim because you're not going back in the aquatic paleo mammalian mind. Remember when you had a tail and fucking scales? And you can change your goddamn self to a reptile being that look like a human with human parts and shape shifting. They're trying to tell you all reptile beings are evil and come from white folks. That's a goddamn lie. How can it when you is their mama and they damn daddy and you are the pure reflection of light and goodness and wisdom, and you are the other flip side of darkness, evil, demonic shit, and you would land with boys and pimping bitches too. See, that real strong pimp hand and pimp gang came from niggas, goddammit. Because if you go back and study the Moors that dominated Europe and dominated the world, that's why you would see the North Italian and the South Italian. And you, the Southern one, got darker hair, tan real easy, and the son got curly hair, dark eye, dark eyebrows, sexy motherfucking Italian with a goddamn tan and some motherfucking Jerry curl built in their fucking hair. Because them Moors ruled for 600 years and fucking bitches over there. And they prostituted what they call the pink toe. Love fucking white women, prostituting, selling their pussy for them, and fucking little boys and slave trading. The black people, look, I'm tired of y'all with this holy shit and this God shit and this God body cipher and all that shit. And the black people lived in peace. There were warring factions between different groups of black people in Africa, as well as over here, and black native groups and the original man that lived here. Before white folks even know how to goddamn come over here, because like I said, Christopher Columbus was getting lost and going in circles because he could not navigate the map and didn't draw the original one. The Moorish man did, the human, who controlled land, air, space, and sea. And now white men rule all of those dimensions, and they're not going to give it back to you. They're not going to let too many of you get in there, because they know that when you get in there, you give the devil the goddamn ride and the goddamn devil a drive. And they say devil food cake is black because black folks is evil. But couldn't be too much. You scared of him and fear him on the low. That's why you dominate him and effeminize him, will ride and leave his woman without a husband, a father, a protector, provider, or a teacher. You got these dumb ass black bitches walking around here today that y'all claim a black woman won't do this and a black woman won't take that. You got these dumb black bitches that done sold their soul through their ass and booty hole, that got children with men that they will sit up and put them babies in the babysitter. Or then again, if they want to indoctrinate them, they'll put them in the next room with a sitter and let them see and hear and feel the demonic energy of that shit walking around possessing them. These same black women will fuck their husband balls deep with a dildo that they done went to the sex shop, and a nigga done picked him a good fucking 12-incher a fucking 12 and a half, goddamn it, a 13 pole. So she can go deep down in the soul and rock his motherfucking booty hole. You hear me? And same black women to eat pussy and suck dick with they nigga and cheer it. I forgot the name of this black porn star. I'm seeking I find it. It was about when I first came out, 2007, 2008. He was bragging that he fucks black men's in the ass in the privacy of their home and in the sacred sanctity of their bedroom while the wife done paid them to come in there and cheer it on how much husband. Inch by inch and bit by bit, you're gonna fucking suck and come on my Chico stick. Watch they husband get fucked in the ass. Black women that you claim is so strong, got money, got affluence, got houses. A lot of these men are doctors, lawyers, teachers, politicians, very powerful people. Community activists and have after school program for children, preferably little boys, and they get fucked in their motherfucking third chakra. And then the conscience community. Let me tell you something. I forgot the man's name because one of my gay friends, that's my big brother, be telling me all this shit. He told me, he pointed a picture, he said, you see this black man that got all this kunta kente cloth on and this kufi, like this African crown on his goddamn head and play African drumming down here in Atlanta and New York and LA and it's part of the science community. Always doing fundraisers, always have little boys in his house, always having these community outreach programs so they can have basketball and after school program and snacks for the children. So the children can have some goddamn Frito and Cheeto with they peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But really they getting peanut butter in the boy ass. And then the niggas come out with their asshole smelling like Frito, real stinking Frito mixed with Funyun and sour cream and chive and onion tater chip in their ass. That's what they smell like in their ass. And they doing this, and the little boys won't tell their mama, and they ain't got no dad around, and some of them tell, but they in love with their goddamn teacher. Oh, I forgot to tell you, he fucks women's too, and he got a wife at home with cheering. So she probably is a stinking bitch, a so-called consciously elevated bitch that got power and influence in the conscious community and in these community program and outreach program where they go to these women's house that got Section 8 and food stamp and shit, or just women that's so busy getting a degree and self-care and healing and working on me. So I'm working a corporate job. I'm making a lot of money. Yes, I trust you because you're so spiritual and you beat them Congo drum and them drum with that, not no artificial drum. You beat that drum with that pure animal skin on the top of it and stretch it out. But you don't know he got your son dick and nuts on his chin. I'm a huff and puff and blow your house down if you don't let this nut and your booty and your mouth come in. On a 5-year-old and 10-year-old and 12-year-old chinny chin chin. So see, by the time these niggas get in high school and get ready to practice for their basketball game and football game, and how them niggas bend over with them tight football pants and them cleats going on, see, it's driving them coaches and them niggas insane. Like they said, Jerry Sandusky, that white man of that affluent white school, him and that other old ass white man halfway walking with that backer in his motherfucking mouth. Goddamn sucking backer, spin backer out, take that backer out, that water in his right hand, and then his left hand jacking them little black boy's dick and sucking calm out of it, getting a licking hit, all back there in the shower. One of them white boy students, and his daddy told him, keep your motherfucking mouth closed and come on home. You ain't gonna tell, let them fuck them niggas anyway, goddammit. Them niggas, and they done lost their motherfucking soul before they were born through their mama pussy and they goddamn dick and asshole, goddammit. Say he heard a smack a belly sound. That clapping sound. How you got that dick real lubricated and shiny and hard and good, so it slip in and out like a little boy asshole like you should. Go to their mama house, the mama black, single, and poor, on welfare and goddamn food stamp and crying because she beating herself up because she feel like if I hadn't got the wrong nigga, if I hadn't got pregnant by the wrong nigga, I wouldn't be by myself, and this child is abandoned and abused and isolated po in the motherfucking ghetto. Just like that Bobby Womack song. Got American gangster across 110th Street, trying to find some food to, you know how Bobby, ooh yeah, Bobby Womack hollering ass with them big, thick, goddamn ice cube ass block glasses on. Really kind of look like a predator, goddamn a piranha in the mouth. If you really look, a whole bunch of gathered up teeth, a little bit of mouth, and some wide, big ass eyes with that wide, big ass goddamn light bulb head with a little piece of hair going all the way back. Bobby Womack goddamn ass. Up there fucking and sucking Sam Cooke wife and stole his wife, and while they helped set Sam Cooke ass up to be shot in California and with LAPD just like they did Nip, goddamn it. The same goddamn shit. So he up there singing with that damn big ass goddamn 60-watt head, real heavy ass tank head with that hair real back and nappy, little knots up there like popcorn up on the back of his head with that shit with some grease on the front with that long ass goddamn forehead. So the bitch up there singing that song and feel bad that she alone with a damn little child, little boy ain't got no father figure. So Jerry Sandusky with his knock-kneaded ass and doo-doo bound pants jammed up in the crack of his ass, knocking on their door, ding, ding, dong, to take their little boy out and get him a few dollars. And they so happy because this white man paying them some goddamn attention because the nigga done fucking left and he in there feeding them at the buffet, going in there getting it cheap. Letting them eat all kind of cookies with, because they ain't never had no fresh cookie with chocolate chip on there and hot dog and roast beef and gummy bears with different colors. So while they gnawing on gummy bears, this nigga dick getting hard. He already got the grease around the top of his head with no goddamn rubber. Fucks them boys all in their ass. Pull they drawers out their ass and stick his dick in it and comb all of them black boys' ass out there in the shower at the university. And don't tell me none of the goddamn staff or the board of directors and none of the students didn't know about the shit. Then they said this nigga was selling the little boys to politicians and entertainers, having sex parties, fucking them black boys in their ass, prostituting them for a fee, then drop them back off at their fucking mammy house, and the black bitch don't know nothing. Don't know nothing. Your son done took a full-grown, hefty man beef jerky in his ass. Huffing and puffing and sweating all on your little boy. Knowing the boy coming back smelling like salami, Swiss cheese, tuna fish, chicken of the sea all in his ass, and turn his butt to a damn boogina, a bootygina, and you don't know, and you keep letting your son go back with this motherfucking nigga doing this dirty shit like that, knowing this your son asshole wide as a damn full cherry moon, because he done bust his cherry and the moon done turned from goddamn gold or white to red. While he's sucking dick and, yeah, I get good head. Teaching them how to get good head. And you don't know that went on. See, and then they start paying the bitches off. I know they start paying the black bitches off because when it came to trial, a lot of them wouldn't testify and wouldn't let their little boy testify because they done got some money for the soul of their motherfucking boy booty hole. See. All this shit is going through these races like Madame Blavatsky that claims she is a supreme race and superior race, and everybody of color that's a root race cannot be trained. They like animals and bastards. So her and Margaret Sanger them would justify setting up the abortion clinics in the black neighborhoods, all the neighborhoods of color for the root races that is the mother of them. And then said that, no, we flipped it and we are the mother of them. So now they don't want us to be their children. They won't be our mama and let us suck their titty and nourish us. We'll kill them all. We will rule over them by any means necessary. And the pale man come out the motherfucking ice where you drove him up in the Caucasus Mountains and say, God, bitch, goddamn that, because I am the most ruthless side of you. While y'all talking about light and love and knowing how to wash your ass and making soaps and antifungals and disinfectants, and you got electricity and the pyramids, goddamn it, you know how to put herbs on your meat and season and kill your meat and it's clean and fresh. Fuck that, bitch. I will kill my animals and eat them raw. Fuck all that. I'm up here in the cold. Ain't no grass up here. Ain't no seeds and gardens up here, bitch. But since you did this to me, bitch, I will come in the world you dominate. I will take it from you because I have no morals and the mountains naked. So goddamn butt naked I came up here and butt naked I will come down and descend my wrath upon you, my parent. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to cut your throat. I'm going to enslave you. I'm going to put you on ship. I'm going to rape you in your ass and have shit and blood run down your motherfucking ankles. And I will take your world and I will flip your world and twist it on you and bind you in your own world and enslave you. Your immature, ruthless child that has no self-respect, no respect for the world, no emotion for you. No judgment of right or wrong. So I know this is wrong, but because you did this to me, I will descend of knowledge, lies disguised as truth, and deception and death. I'll feed you death. I'll make you drink death. I will fuck you in death, and I will turn your male into a bitch. And your female that I came out of, I will destroy you, mother, because you will acknowledge me as your child. You refuse to acknowledge that you're my mother. I'll destroy your goddamn ass too with disease in your womb and the waterworks of your nigga's cock. And I will destroy your family and divide it and have your nigga sucking my dick. And you begging me for justice and to make my dick raise up out your ass as I give you poverty. As I give you Section 8, as I give you disease, as I give you food stamps, as I give you an inferior knowledge. As I blind your children with an inferior knowledge and tell him he's mentally and emotionally deficit, and I will give him drugs and dick in his fucking throat. Now, how do you like that, mama? How you like that, the original bitch? Huh? Because I'm going to put my foot on you and I'm going to cross everything up to you. And everything I tell you is right was going to be wrong. And everything I tell you is wrong is really the right way. But I'm going to confuse you and discombobulate you in your mind with crack, liquor, chemicals, and all your artificially favorite foods, all your franken foods to make you kill yourself. And then I'll stand back and laugh and say, you did it to yourself. I didn't make you drink that. I didn't make you eat that. I didn't make you go in that direction and teach you into a debt slave, make you indebted, debt for the rest of your life, born in debt, live in debt, lie in debt, and then take your property that I loaned you, your house, your car, your shoes, your clothes, all of your natural resources now belong to me. Now you're my bitch because you did this to me, mama. Y'all need to go and study these things. What the fuck I'm talking about here? You can't trust a black woman. These bitches out here. Let me tell y'all a quick story, baby, and then I'm going to take a break and come back. Let me tell you what this stinking black so-called bougie better than me bitch just did to me through Airbnb. See, that's why I told y'all. A lot of people, oh, she didn't help kill Nipsey because she got a nice shape and dimples. Oh, she didn't help to kill Nipsey because she's a star and she famous and was a celebrity. She didn't do that because she cute. She didn't do that because she in the conscious community, she a teacher and wear them white turban and long dresses and went up there and hit Nipsey parking lot 3 times and said, oh, thank you, Nipsey, because you helped my book, Sacred Woman, sell better when you mentioned it with Lauren on GQ 100 Questions. Oh, she wouldn't do that because she prayed and she got all these people that respect her and listen to her. So because she got a big following, she didn't do that. He didn't do that because he got a real big deal. He a model. And I seen him on TV and he drive a Ferrari in Atlanta. He on a nightclub. He ain't do that. They had nothing to do with shooting King Von down there at the hookah lounge because he famous, he rap, and he close to King Von's sister Kayla, gave her rain rose. They ain't do that, stupid ass motherfuckers, y'all. You're taught to respect that. And what you don't realize is a lot of people got these houses and money in Atlanta and everywhere else, but you don't know how they got it. And a lot of times they got it through conning people and through dead people money and insurance people, just killing people and setting them up over and over and over and tricking niggas or have a nigga in the hotel room with they dick hard or in the house and then sucked it real good and got the nigga, got all kind of pre-com out of it, the nigga high, and then all of a sudden some niggas kick their door down and rob them, and then the black bitch act like she ain't got nothing to do with this shit and you motherfucking you robbing high rollers and dope dealers that got millions of dollars. You still make dope, they money, and a lot of them lose their motherfucking life. Or you an inside bitch that was fucking with them or a nigga, so you the wife or girlfriend, whatever. So you got policies on the nigga, you know where the safe and all that shit is. So you hired a bitch to go in there and suck your nigga's dick and be like, oh, I didn't know he was cheating on me. You and the bitch sot the nigga up like they did in there. Sot the nigga up. You go in there, you suck his dick, you get him drugged. Because a lot, they got drugs now that you don't even remember. I forgot the name of it. And they'll tell you to do shit. Go to your bank account and give me $10,000 out of, okay. Go to the ATM, give me 20,000. Okay. And then you come to or wake up out of it. You don't even know you did it. I seen it in a Latin country on Vice TV. I forgot the name of it, but it's been around a long time. You'll do shit and don't even remember you fucking did it. They'll have you on camera. But you walked over there, you walked down the hall, you got the key. You were like, I don't even remember. And they think you lying, but they got drugs that'll have you doing shit like that. That you don't even remember that you're doing. So then they keep hitting licks like that. Robbing niggas, setting niggas up, killing niggas, getting they pay like Nipsey baby mama. They do shit on the low. You think she making millions off all them movies? Each movie, she's not making me. Them is fucking low level movies that go straight to DVD or Netflix shit. She's not getting $1 million every time she motherfucking shoot a movie. But for years she been helping T.I. and all these other people in the spirit allegedly set niggas up and get hit they licks like that on the low. Conning niggas, lying to them, fucking them, sucking them, tricking them, cause you cute and niggas don't want to think that cause you famous and you known. But you got a dark side, you got a black side on the other side where all them niggas is killers and motherfucking murderers and dick suckers and drug dealers. I done told y'all every time somebody get hit in the entertainment industry, it is not a stranger hitting them. If it's a stranger hitting them, it's because the stranger was set up and paid to plot and stage the motherfucking shit. But it is not no random killings in there. Why? Because those are slave chattel property. They got papers on them. They have insurance policies on them. There are products and commodities on the stock markets that they gain and trade stocks through artists and the sale of the numbers of the music. Those things are not done by chance and accident. They're choreographed murder by the numbers, goddammit. Y'all don't want to fucking see that goddamn shit. And I don't risk my life and went through here to tell y'all the motherfucking shit. Just like this bitch gonna come in. And you know what? I'm gonna speak briefly on this because I can't control what y'all think or feel about me. Y'all don't want to buy nothing else from me at my house when I move because y'all think I'm nasty because the rats was in here. And I have stuff packed up in here because I literally had to run a business out of here because I've been so sick and poisoned and then from the shit in here that I couldn't prove because the landlord said I was crazy from mold, from rats and feces and shit, living in the attic, living in the walls. I didn't even know they were here. I could see, I could hear them. Like I said, I reported this shit and I told the health department, I reported this shit to my landlord 5 or 6 years ago in 2014 because I could hear them running and jumping. And I talked to the neighbors. They were moving in through houses between walls. I wasn't even cooking because I was crippled. I couldn't even barely stand up and walk since 2012. So I didn't, she said it was my fault. The rats was in here, people commenting, and that's fine. I'm going to let you, I'm going to leave it up there. I can take it. I can take it because I talk about other people and I tell about their business and things they do and things I see in the spirit. So I'm putting all my business on display. So people want to laugh and say I brought them in here and I'm nasty and I'm stinking and all that. And because I put food on the floor, I'm nasty and I put food on the floor. That's not what I said. I never put any cooked food on my floor. The square footage in here, and I'm going to do it again wherever I move. The square footage in here is very tiny. I've been here for 20 years. So when I first started cooking, first of all, let me say, I reported to my landlord in 2014 when I could barely stand up and walk, and I was not cooking in here. I could barely eat. I had to have people to bring me food because I couldn't stand up to cook. My legs were swollen, feet so I was in so much pain. And sometimes they would burst my leg and look like water running out of my leg. And all I could do was just wrap it and let the fluid leak out and take my antibiotics because the doctor kept saying they didn't know what was wrong with me. So I reported in 2014. I didn't know Nipsey to cook. I had no autism, nothing like that. So, but I heard him in the walls and I seen something real fast run from my living room to my kitchen and I heard it jump behind the washer and I immediately called my landlord, come out here, come out. Because we were still kind of cool on good terms. I just, went fucking him. So he came and got mad because he had to come out here. You're crazy. You always, everybody think you crazy anyway. Time you see stuff and hear stuff, you see stuff in the spirit. You a motherfucking lie. Ain't nothing in here. You lying. I ain't calling no exterminator. Here's a rope trap. Here's some sticky traps. And I'm leaving you out here and you pick them up and put them in the trash. I'm not spending no money on that. And I said, but it jumped behind there. So if that was in 2014 and I didn't have food packed up on the floor, I started cooking for Nipsey and the other people in here in 2019. So how did I bring them here? They were already in the fucking building. If y'all look up my address and you look up the condos, they were built in 1974. And the homeowners association can't even afford to take care of them anymore. Basically, inside of the house belongs to the owner because they're individual homes. They're not apartments. There's no management office or nothing like that because they're individually owned and they're governed by a private homeowners association. I can't even call DeKalb County right now to come in here and fix a pipe. Why? Because a lot of the pipes and the plumbing outside and up above the ground and underneath the ground belong to the homeowner association and belong to the owners of the individual property because they're privately owned homes. Because I've tried before, I'm like, there's a leak out here. They said, first of all, you can't call us and we're not allowed on that part of the property because it's private property. You will have to call the homeowner association and the manager to see why there's a leak. There's so many leaks. I wake up so many days. I can't even tell you how many years, so many days I've woken up, get ready to use the bathroom, and the water's off. The toilet won't flush because they had to turn the water off because it's big trees out here because it's so old. And that's one thing I love and I'm going to miss. The big trees. There's so many trees on the property and around the property. I love trees and little animals. I see rabbits, rats, chipmunks, frogs, all kinds of stuff is coming to my house. Snakes. And I let them come here. I just love nature and that for some reason they love me. They're drawn to me. I'm going to miss that and hearing the redbirds and the blue jays and the real big tree that blooms right now that's so big and the flowers are so white. At night, it looks like it's electric. It looks like the lights are turned on because the flowers are so white and beautiful. And I would put food out there also for the birds, the bluebirds, the jaybirds, redbirds. They sing, they chirp and they sing. And I go talk to them. I'm going to miss that. But because the trees are so big and old and the roots are so thick and long, they've gone down like a part of my sidewalk is buckled up. And because they go down and wrap around the pipes, the water pipes. And as a result of that, they would have to dig the whole ground up. But the homeowners association doesn't have the money right now for past few years because the landlords have abandoned their products and properties, excuse me, and they rent them out to people with Section 8 and just get a check and let it go down, or they rent them out basically just regular rent. And the people that are there, usually women and their children have thrown cars, all kind of toy cars and shit in the toilet. They jam up the pipes and the plumbing, and as a result of that, I've come outside sometimes for weeks, a lot of times over the years, and you'll see water where it's abandoned, the landlord abandoned, there's no tenant or tenant had to leave because of the leaks and the floods in there and rats in there. And you'll see water running from underneath the door on the porch, down the steps, down the hill where I live. Because I'm kind of in the middle, but in the back, and it's kind of like in a hill. You have to come down here and it's fenced in. And the water is running down the street, and it's a big pool of water down here that's there for weeks at a time. Because the landlord doesn't know, maybe out of town, living with somewhere else, and they don't come and fix the leak and turn the water off. So as a result of that, the whole building has to be shut down and suffer. And then you see the big trucks that come out, and some parts that belong to the city, they come out, and in conjunction with it, the water might be off for 8 hours. So I have no running water. I had to order big jugs, a whole bunch of jugs of water to pour it in the back of the toilet to use the bathroom, to brush my teeth with it, to wash off, and I can't eat or cook anything. That's gone on for years, and then rats chew through it, and that's been going on for years. The rats are in the whole building. They didn't start in my house, in the whole building. But, oh, that's my fault. Okay, when I've already reported it years ago, he wouldn't do anything about it. And then I put a picture of my dishwasher, the wall where my dishwasher was on in my kitchen. So what I want her to answer for me, since I did it, because I put packaged food and canned goods and packs of noodles and rice and spaghetti that are uncooked and that came from the store. The same way they came from the store, wrapped up, jars of spaghetti sauce, whatever I need. I had to put that on the floor because I was stocking my food because I didn't have anything and I was very sick. And then when I started to cook, I had to eat here. I had to eat something because I wasn't eating because I was so sick. And I didn't know what it was. He said I was crazy. Now I have the test to confirm, oh, you're crazy. You always say that. And you always say this and that. Ain't no rats in here. Ain't no holes in here. I said, yeah, because Nipsey showed me. And I said it too. I said, it's from the dishwasher. The back of the dishwasher is from behind the washer and dryer. I'm saying it's from the furnace closet in here in the kitchen. They jump up there. They got rooms up there, and they come up through the attic, and they come up through the wall. You're crazy. You always have been crazy. You're just lying. You always say that, and that's not true. I will point the exact spots, like I'll tell you the exact state, the exact location, the fucking address, the name of different places, and then they come out on the news after I motherfucking say it, not before I motherfucking say that shit. I was exact in detail. I said I know where it is, and I hear them, and I can feel them. They're coming through holes right there that you never patched up. I've been telling you that for years. And he would sit there and say I was fucking crazy, and you should have seen him. I almost cried, but I turned my head and I came upstairs because I begged him when they were fixing the dishwasher. When you heard him on the tape, I said, take that fucking dishwasher out of here. I only store dishes because it's so old. It was here when I got here 20 years ago. I don't use it. I just wash my dishes and I put them in there to dry. I said, take it now. Take it and put it outside. I'll buy a new one if you're gonna let me buy this place and renovate everything. I said, I know it's there. It's there. And he said I was lying. And when you heard them talking and they was down here by the kitchen, they was pulling it out, him and Popcorn. And they said, let's come here. And he just put his head down. And he didn't say nothing. You crazy, you stupid. I was calling me crazy and dumb. And then he'll sit in my face, ha ha ha, you so stupid. You don't see nothing. You can't see nothing. And when he pulled it out, you see the whole, I put a picture to show I'm not lying. If I did that in the past couple of years from feeding Nipsey, well, why they look so old? You can look at that wall. That shit is old. I didn't make them knock them. Those are not new. That's not a new wall. That's not new concrete. That's not sheetrock. That shit is old. You can tell that shit is old. And you can tell he has not taken care of this property for a long fucking time. So anybody that puts food in a pantry and they put it on the floor because the shelves are full, they nasty too. When they put fucking rice that's in the fucking bag from the store and canned goods from the store, because the man was like, you can't keep it on the floor. Because I had bags of sugar and flour. I didn't know they eat flour and sugar. I said, but I have to put my canned goods down here. That's mellow. He said, no, you can leave the canned goods and the soup and stuff down here. They not going to eat through your soup. And he even seen the place. They had not eaten through it. I got it just like it was from the store. How am I nasty? When it's not open raw food, it's dry food that's stored from the fucking store because I had packed so many canned goods and spaghetti and rice on my shelves that I didn't have no room because everything is little and everything's little in the kitchen. They had opened the jasmine rice and that's all they had open. I didn't even know. I couldn't see back there because I have in my kitchen just stored places on the floor in the corner wherever I can store food, protein, drinks, grits, rice, anything I could store. I would pack it on the floor because all my cabinets were full. And then when they pulled the dishwasher out, he put his head down. He couldn't even look me in my eye. I said, but I told you. I could see it. My spirit kept showing me. He wouldn't even look at me. He just put his head down and he was embarrassed. I could tell he was feeling shame. And then the Popcorn said, and you said it was right here. The kitchen sink is right by that dryer where that hole you see the dishwasher goes in that hole you saw. He took it outside. I said, I don't want it. If I'm going to stay here, I'll buy me everything new. I said, but you need to pull all the counters out right here by the stove. You need to pull all the cabinets out and you need to get somebody to repair the cement and the sheetrock because I can feel them. They over right here next door to the sink where the water is. Mm-hmm. I went upstairs because I was just very hurt and I'm like, I'm tired of being treated like that and laughed at. That's why I can take it in the public and call it dumb because this man has been doing this shit to me. And laughing, calling me names like my mother and calling me dumb while I was here and in my face pointing at me, calling me dumb. For almost 20 years of abuse, and I had to take it. I didn't tell nobody. And I had my mother calling me dumb, and you're just crazy. That's not true. That's not anything. You're just crazy. You need some help. You're sick. My mama then would laugh with him and talk about me and then laugh in my face and call me dumb. So I just came upstairs and then Popcorn called me back downstairs. And right there by the sink, he opened the sink up right there by that hole right there with the dishwasher. And he said, we just got about 3 or 4 babies out of here. And I said, but I told you. Because it's a big hole where the faucet, where the pipe is right there. It's a hole right there. He wouldn't seal none of the holes up. And there's a hole, another hole right there where they had nigger rigged the hole and put a little piece of the sheetrock around it in a circle and put a nail on each little bitty piece of sheetrock and you could see the hole. And I showed the health department inspector and I said, but I told you, I felt it. They was coming off of this wall. The wall where I do my show where the entertainment unit, the black unit is, where I was putting they cooked food. And that whole wall right there is where the kitchen wall is. That side, I said, I can feel it. They coming from Jeff house through this wall. They not coming through the other neighbor's wall on the other side that you begin to call you and tell on me like he told them chicken were outside. I said, this not, I hear them in their wall. I said, but I can feel it so strong in my spirit. They coming through that wall and over. They coming from Jeff house. They coming out of there that wall and said, I'm lying. That's the wall you're fucking seeing on Jeff house. His condo is the wall that connects my condo to his house through my fucking kitchen. Everything I had said and where they was coming from, that's where they was picking and pulling them up out of there, taking motherfucking Kodak moments on them bitches. They got they damn makeover magic pictures, goddamn it, where they taking front and center portraits of the niggas coming out of there, and all kind of babies was under there where the fuck I said and had fell out and died or got stuck on the fucking paper. So again, that's fine if people think I'm nasty because it's shit, even though it's shit I didn't control, I didn't do, I didn't leave no cooked food on no floor. I was storing the shit because I don't know where else to store it. And like I said, when I move and I get a pantry and to stock up on my food, if it ain't no food on the room for food on the pantry shelf, I will store it again on the cement floor. So if that makes me nasty to store food that is closed up and that was made in a factory and put in a store that I bought and I brought it just from the store and stocked it up and put grains and rices, then fine, so be it. Because I really don't see, it's old as this house and you can see that I'm not lying. These are problems and holes and structural damage that's been here long before I fucking got here. And when I got here, they were here. I never cooked no food and put no plate of raw cooked food on the floor. That's not what I fucking said. And like I said, and like the exterminator said, and you can look at documentaries on rats. Rats move like they have no bones. Their joints and their cartilage is so soft. A big fat rat can make itself real thin and slide through a fucking hole. And they do climb shelves and get what the fuck they want off the goddamn shelf. Luckily, none of my honey buns, none of even the powdered sugar and candy. I had candy on the floor because I was gonna melt it down and make treats that Nipsey had gave me a recipe. None of that shit is open. None of it is torn open. The only thing that was torn open was the jasmine rice, like I said. But you can't prevent a rat from getting your shit because you don't store canned and other food items on your floor. They will walk up your fucking shelf to a fifth, a sixth, a 10th fucking shelf high, get what they want, throw it down how they buddies catch that shit, or climb down with it in their motherfucking mouth. If that's the case, why is it all the restaurants, Popeyes, KFC, they have rats and roaches? It's just a natural part of life. Whenever you cook food in a place and you have to cook nonstop around the clock and have foods and items and shit out, they're going to come in there. Yeah, if it's bad, the health department is going to close you down or cite you. But all they're going to do is make you clean up and pack the holes in to make sure that you constantly keep the rodents out or the roaches out. And then you can resume your business. But they know that that's a natural part of what happens, that you're going to attract them. But if that's the case and supermarkets and restaurants never had or ever had them, we wouldn't be able to go buy food cooked or in a grocery store because a rat was in there. That's just naturally what they do. So they just clean them up. Yeah, you have to keep the property up and keep them out of there. And you have to continually have your pesticides and your exterminators come in once a month or whatever it is for a requirement of a store. I know I was having them come in here once a week and now I don't hear them. They put down the traps. I don't hear them. I don't hear the traps click. Like the picture I showed you Sunday. I'm showing you everything. That one clearly had started drying up a couple of weeks ago. But it was still leaking very bad. And you could smell the fluids off of them. So I said, just throw my book away because it was on my bookshelf. As you can see the picture, I have a lot of books and videos and stuff. I like to read and study, and I have been too sick to do it. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to when I leave and have a cleaner, better, newer place I can study and read, and I don't have that issue. But if you don't want to buy anything from me after I moved because I had that problem here, that's fine. I'm not gonna erase anything I said. I don't care who laugh about it, who make videos, who crack jokes about it. That's okay, because I'm not the only one that it happened to. I'm just one of the ones that you know about because they're not telling. Because people told me not to tell, and I said no because this man has gotten too dirty now, and the health department says you got to clean it up, or you can't sell it, and you can't rent it, and you have to fix it while she's there. You can't do that to her. And then he said, well, she's not gonna stay. I want her to get the fuck out. I want her to get out right now. By March the 31st, I had nowhere to go, and I had nobody to go stay with, nobody to call. And I'm just like, you know what? I know that this could backfire against me if I tell them what's happening to me. I know it's a damned if you do, damned if you do, don't situation, but I'm gonna tell them what's happening, and I'm gonna let them see it, and it's not my fault. And I'm just gonna take that chance, even if they say it is my fault, and fuck you, we're not gonna help you do nothing. And I took a chance, and I showed it to y'all, and I don't regret it, and it's okay. If people laugh and crack jokes and said I did it to myself, I didn't do it to myself. And if I did it, another thing, if I did it to myself, then why does Georgia law say that if there's access points and holes and entry points into a house that a landlord owns and rats coming in, even if I did sit a plate of food out at night, a rat couldn't get to it if there was an entryway, holes, and access points that the landlord was responsible for the structural damage. They was already here when I got here. The rat holes and the rats were already in the building. They were already here when I got here. You can look at the wall and you can tell over the years. I just didn't cook as much back then when my son grew up and I got very ill. But I could hear him in here, and you could hear him in the attic, and he said they were flying squirrels, but never sent a professional company to check it out and ignored me. So if it's my fault and I did this to myself, then why did the health department file many citations and fines against him? And they came in here and saw it. And they said it was him, not me. Even if I did have a plate up there like he told them. They still said it was him and not me. And by law, he was responsible and he was the owner. So if it's my fault, why didn't they give me fines and citations? Huh? Why didn't they say that I had to repair the cement and sheetrock? That's just what I want to know. Even if you can say, yeah, okay, you fed them. Yeah, I did. I didn't know I was feeding them. Yeah, I was feeding my ancestors, and the spirits asked me for help. But even before, I never cooked a dish. I never cooked a dish and left it out prior to 2019. So why were the rats in here and I complained in 2014? See, that's why I don't care what you think. I don't care what you say. And I never had a product that I sent exposed to them, because just like I did the food, when I cooked it and I ate it, it wasn't no rat got on it because I would clean as I cooked and I ate it as I prepared the food. So I didn't leave my food out that even I consumed. And nobody ordered food from me. Nobody came to my house to buy food from me. I didn't ship no food nowhere. But even the hair care and skincare products, they weren't touched. I have so many boxes here. I literally have a baby warehouse. Literally where I live and I work my job is in my house. So I have all kinds of shea butters. There were no bite marks in the containers. There were no bite marks in the shea butter. The powders and the liquids to make my shampoos, the powders to make my skin lightening bleaches and formulas. I can take a picture of it and show it to you. There are no bite marks in any of my oils, any of my formulas that I use to make hair and skincare products and soaps or anything like that. None of the plastic would touch, none of the individual plastic would touch on the individual items. And what I always do when I make products, I immediately put them in a jar. I seal it, I tape it. Anybody can tell you that. I bubble wrap it very well as I'm making it, and I put it in a box. So I know for a fact there were no rat droppings, rat feces, nothing in their products, because all the products were sealed and they were never tampered with, even though they sit on the floor. And if anybody can report to you, let them come public and show that I did that to them. And I had in a box. One thing they will say, the things are clean. You can smell them through the box, and they are packed with a whole bunch of bubble wrap and tape. I overwrap my things so that nothing gets into them in this house or outside of the house anywhere else. I do have enough integrity to do that. And that's why I have enough honor and integrity to tell you the truth about what is happening to me. If I didn't, I wouldn't even tell you that shit. I wouldn't even show you that nasty shit. But I did. But one thing I know is so many people in the world, is so many people in Atlanta, that if you don't buy from me and I start my life over, thousands of people will. Other people will, because they know that I meant no malice and no harm, and I didn't do that. And I didn't do that to a customer. I wouldn't even tell you this shit if I did shit like that, or if anybody got sick off my shit. I didn't even get sick off my food and my product. I got sick because the landlord had entryways and access points for them to come in here. They've been living here and living in other people's units and houses and buildings for years. But I brought them in the building too. I brought them in through the holes. I opened the holes. I made them so excited by the soul food they saw and the gold plates in China that I made them dig the hole. You can tell those holes are not 3 months old. You can tell those holes are not 3 years old. But anyway, it doesn't matter what you think about me because bitch, you never donated to me anyway. I'm sure you never donated to me. I'm positive, bitch, because you would have said that you did. But you want to give your fucking 2 cents to me and it happened to me, bitch. You probably ate some rat soup yourself, bitch, because you probably had some in there. You just ain't motherfucking telling nobody. A lot of y'all had them because a lot of y'all have told me in private and put in the comments, and I didn't make fun of nobody. And then people have told me private and I never fucking told, and I'm not going to because it's not my fucking story to tell. It doesn't impact or help or hurt me at all. So I don't make fun of things like that. I never experienced this. But now that I have, it's another lesson learned. The trauma from it, I feel like it's a war zone. I feel like I'm in boot camp. I'm in military. I'm fighting. I'm in the middle of a war. So I look at everything now, not being a victim. I am a student and I'm learning and I'm becoming wiser. I'm becoming fearless. I'm becoming stronger from having these people around me. The landlord I had, that's also my ex-lover. I've been honest about that. And this is like some revenge shit and some revenge sex and want me to have mercy sex so you can fix my walls. And I refuse. Oh, well, bitch. Okay, so I know how to fix you. Yeah, it's also about that shit on some revenge shit. Revenge fucking. Revenge. I won't do what you do. You know, I won't suck you and pull the bagged up nut you said I need to pull out on the I can heal you. I'm the head nurse, the head doctor, and all that shit. So I refuse and I retired from my damn doctor duty and nurse duty. So now, bitch, get the fuck out. I ain't fixing no wall. Yeah. That's the real of what the fucking shit. That's the bottom line of the shit. And that's I even told the inspector, I said, I know what this is. And when I started telling her about some of the shit, but I didn't come out and say the shit, she was like, I said, because you're a grown woman, put the dots together. I don't pay rent, I don't have a lease. I said, put it together. She said, what? I said, he pays this, I'll pay for. And she said, I said, yeah, we was fucking. It was fucking, he was taking care of everything for me. And then he fucking stabbed me when I didn't want to play that game. He's a big liar. He started abusing me and I got tired of being insulted. So that's what the fuck is she said. I figured it was something like that. And I said, yeah, I ain't no shame. I'm going to tell you the truth. I said, why don't you ask him why he's doing this shit to me and how long this shit has been going on because we was fuck. And I said, okay, I'm going to get out the phone and say that I'm going to let you, because I know that's not illegal, me being with him, but what he did to me is, and it's like punishment and revenge and all that shit mixed together. And she was like, and she went and asked him about some of the shit. And he's like, you told her that I said, yeah, okay. Yeah, I told her because you wasn't going to tell her. And that's why you're doing this. And you know that's why you're doing this. And he got mad. He was like, just, I want her out. That's fine. And they said, I can't help you. I can't make him let you stay. I can make him fix stuff, but I can't make, I'm sorry. She said, I'm so sorry because I see what this is. And I said, yeah, that's what the fuck this is. You're going to get revenge. You're going to use my vagina power against me and you can revenge on my damn pussy. You're going to sit here and punish me for my pussy and shit. I said, okay. Well, then, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm being very honest with y'all. I don't really give a fuck. I'm grown. I'm a grown ass woman. I really don't have any shit to hide. And you know what? I know a lot of people are going through this, and they're just not telling you, and they're suffering for it. And you think they have everything, and you don't know what that person has to go through to live with a particular nigga in a house, a car that takes care of them. You don't know. A lot of times they hold them hostage, and they force you there, and they take all your resources, like he took mine, and you have nowhere else to go. And he knew I wasn't educated. He knew I was very sick. You know, I didn't have a family, and I basically put all my trust in him, and he took my money and then was holding me hostage to Jack, and then said, get out now, get out now, get out now, when you knew he you had took it from me. And then I got sick, and he loved it. He was glad I was sick. And he was like, oh, now you can't go anywhere. Ha, ha, ha. What are you going to do? Ha, ha, ha. And so I didn't tell anybody. I always protected him, and I told the inspector that. She was like, and you've been covering for him? I said, yeah, I covered him because of what was going on. And he was like using that as a weapon, like really like a hostage, like a slave. And I said, I never told him till now because now I just can't take it no more. And I'm just, even though I got to go outside. I'm going to tell you what he been doing this to me. And then when they came over here, they were like, you can tell this stuff is old. Like all the damage and the leaks and stuff is real old. And the mold and the holes is old and the leaks is old. I said, you see, I'm not lying. And they said, no, I don't think you're lying. I said, but you don't know me. So that's why I wanted you to come take a picture. He's been doing it for years, and I was protecting him because he was threatening me. You know what's going to happen to you. But anyway, I'm I don't feel like a victim. Um, every day I wrap a box, and the lady that came, she said, I'm gonna come back and help you because that's wrong to leave you sick like that. I can't leave you like that because I had to fire the company because the guy that was coming was half doing shit. She was doing all the work, and he was standing around. And I said, I don't want to keep paying for two people by the hour when this girl is working her ass off. I could tell she was a good person and a mother, and like me, used to work all the time for minimum wage jobs and work for nothing just to survive and feed my baby. Because I didn't want to be a stripper, I didn't want to be a prostitute, I didn't want to suck dicks and all that and kiss my baby and have different strangers come in my mouth for $1. So I would do a lot of menial labor stuff I didn't want to do. I worked hard and got paid very, very little. And I said, I like you. I want you to stay. And and what she did was, after I got into an argument with the owner, I said, look, how much do I need to pay you to get you out of my life? Because you're lying. That guy wasn't in here the whole first hour she got here. That girl was in here by herself, but they lied and said that they were in here together. And I said, no, they weren't. And he said, how you gonna know a whole man ain't in your house and that's your house? I said, I know a whole man wasn't in here because I didn't make her start work when she got here. I said, let me talk to you for a minute. Come up to my bedroom. And I showed her what was going on. And I showed her how I wasn't feeling well when breathing and my leg was swollen. And she said, oh my God, I'm so sorry for this happening to you. And I took her downstairs. We walked around the whole house. There was no man in here. Plus the guy had dreadlocks to his butt. So that's something that stands out. I wouldn't have forgot that. The man was not in here. He was not in here, but they lied and said he was so he could get paid. They were charging me $150 an hour, and it was the girl. And I know that it was the girl by herself because I walked through the house and I explained what I wanted done and what I was going through. I said, you ain't got to start working right now. I'm going to still pay you for this hour. I wanted to see if she would have compassion for me and if she would not steal from me and hurt me in any kind of way. And so I wanted to feel her out. So that's why I knew she was in the house by herself. And he started screaming and said I was a liar. It was two of them in here. He was outside. I said, right, he might have been outside, but I didn't see him. She was in here and alone. No, she wasn't. He was there. And then he said, let me call them and call you back because you lying. And then he called back. And then he said, was still screaming at me, okay, well, he went to Lowe's with her. I said, but that's not in my house. He said, I promise she was in your house. I guarantee. I said, you got a camera in here? Because if you do, I'd like to see the replay or the replay on her phone. If she take me behind my back, because I know for sure I don't have a reason to lie. I might be sick, but I'm not senile and I'm not a fucking liar. My mind is not that fucking scattered and fucked up. It was two pussies in here, me and her. And I didn't smell the scent of a man because I know what they smell like. I know what they feel like. Nobody was in here but me and her. Then he's like, yeah, he was outside and went to the store. He went in at the first hour. I said, but that's what I said. You said I was lying and I was confused and discombobulated because I'm sick, because I had to get Packers because I can't bend over and pick up everything. And he said, but you said, okay, you said, I said, but you said I was a liar. So I tell you what, minus the time they kept leaving out of here taking breaks. And in the fast food place up down Panola is like 5 minutes from my house, but they take them an hour to get some food. I don't know what they doing. I don't know if she filed my nails, he getting his dick sucked or what. I said, but I shouldn't have to pay for that. Well, I said, deduct that, deduct my deposit. Let me pay you now, and let's get you out of my life because I know if you move me tomorrow, if we're not getting along now and you're a grown-ass man and I pay you, you're not my lover, you're not my nigga, I'm not your child. I pay you. I'm not going to pay you and have you talk to me like a dog because God recognized the signs. I've had people do that shit to me before. And whenever black men start doing that, and I'm doing business with you, and everything I say, I'm a liar and I'm confused. And like I said, I just been through that shit for years with this nigga and other people, my whole family. As soon as you start saying I'm crazy and I'm confused and I'm paying you, give me my total. I want to cash out and I never want to fuck with you. Because I already know how that goes. It's very disrespectful. I'm giving you your money and paying you to disrespect me and to call me crazy. When I've observed something that I don't fucking like and you want me to pay for a man and a woman and only one woman is working and I'm paying two salaries. No, and then you insult me and then and I found out that was a relative. So of course you don't want to accept your relatives fucking you like you're trying to fuck me. So I cashed that out and the girl felt so bad for me. She called me last night. She said, do you need me? Because I just can't leave you like that. I said, yes, I need you. And I don't mind paying. She said, look, don't even worry about that shit. I don't like the way you was done. I don't like the way he treated you and how this landlord done did you, your ex. She said, I'm gonna help. I said, thank you, baby. He want me to leave on 31st. I ain't got nothing but a couple of days. And he keeps telling me, which I don't trust, leave all of your stuff in there. Just walk away. Just leave everything in there and I will take care of it. And I said, wow, like you took care of me all these years? I said, you're going to take pictures and you're going to file a report. You're going to sue me and you're going to put it on my credit report and you're going to make it hard for me to buy a new house. You're going to make it hard for me. You're telling me to leave, but then you're going to make it so I don't have nowhere to go because you're going to say that I left this stuff here and I won't be able to lie. It'll be my word against yours. You're going to take pictures of all my stuff here. And I said, I've never done that. Even when I was a young lady, like 20 years old, baby, and had my baby and got a place, I never did stuff like that. And my grandmama never, see, that's why I wanted to throw a lot of the furniture and the mattresses out. I was just going to take some of the furniture and the stuff downstairs that I knew the rats had peed on and put feces around. I wanted to put it outside since he wasn't giving me a chance to take it to storage. So all this and all my mattresses, I'm not taking none of the soft stuff like mattresses, pillows and stuff. The mattresses, the pillows I just made for Nipsey and to sell, they don't have that on because I just made them and they're packed in plastic bags. So they weren't exposed to it. And they were up here just like I have pillows, clothes all around my room and stuff because I had started buying. A lady gave me a sewing machine, brand new sewing machine. I have that. I bought the threads and the jewels and rhinestones and crystals, and I was so excited. So the house is full of all this stuff that looks like junk to someone else, but because I had to hurry up and try to work and make my products to make money to get out of here, literally I sleep in my factory. I had to do everything here. So it's boxing, it's new fabrics and silks. They so pretty. And charmeuse silk and the pure silks and just so much pretty stuff. And I have it packed up here. And I'm not, he told me to walk away. And I'm like, I can't do that because you're going to set me up again. You have 20 years of doing this to me. And I said, just, and he's like, you're going to be fined if you put the mattresses in bed outside. I said, but what's the difference? If I put it out, you're saying I'm going to get fined by the police and I'm going to get in trouble. But you said you're going to have the sheriff dump my mattress in bed in the same spot outside that I was going to lay it. So really, what's the fucking difference? So it's okay for you to have the sheriff throw my shit on the ground. But for me to prevent that, if I just get somebody to lay it outside and take what I can, that I got to get a fine for it, but you don't get a fine, and oh, okay, so you want to do it to me. You want to catch me like that, and you want to throw all my shit on the ground for everybody to laugh. And he was like, I hate to see everybody laughing at you and you get embarrassed by having the sheriff throw your stuff out. But if I'm saying I'm willing to cut my losses and to throw out on the ground for the trash people to pick up what I can't take that's been contaminated and then take what I can take, you're telling me now I have to be punished. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It Anyway, I'm gonna tell you this one more thing, and I'm gonna go. And I hope that somebody's in a situation I'm in, that I was in, that I'm getting out of, and every day I feel happier because I'm just accepting it, and I don't want to stay no more because I see how fucked up it is, and how everybody see how fucked up it is, and I'm just realizing how fucked up it is. I know it was fucked up, but just to see it and have to pack up my stuff and look at it, I'm ready to go now. I'm happy. I don't even hate him no more. I just want to start over. It's like if I can just start over without nobody making me a slave and putting on handcuffs and shit, and I can just forget you and just have the freedom and the blessing of getting well and start over. I just want to think about that, and I never want to look back, and I never want to see him again. I don't want no reason for him to dial my phone number. I don't want to dial his phone number. I don't want nothing over here. I got to come back and get. I never want to talk to him again. And I hope women that are listening to me are men, because it's men that also have men doing them like that and jamming them up because they don't want to lose them and they are addicted to them. And so they imprison them and beat them and shit. I hope anybody that's going through that and what I've gone through can learn from me and get the fuck out when you can. And I already know it's not easy. You got a little child. My child was little. And he was taking care of my child and sending my child to private school. I ain't had nowhere to go. And he knew that I was jammed up. And I ain't want my baby to see me fucking different niggas and moving from place to place to place like that. So he knew what kind of person I was. And I was never like my mother. I would never leave my baby. I would never walk away from my baby. And I would never be in different houses and him hearing me fucking and sucking different niggas and shit and messing up his school opportunities, moving every 3 to 6 months. He knew I didn't want to do that because that's what
I went through. He was always, you such a good person, and you so sweet, and you so naive. You just so naive, and you so dumb. And I'm just like, I'm a good person, and I try to reap what I sow. That's what I believe. But they think you're dumb because you're a nice person. And he knew I had a lot of wounds. He met my mother, my grandmother. He knew about the bad shit that happened to me. He knew about the weaknesses. He know that I didn't want to sleep with different men. He knew that I wanted to be with one person to get married and spend my life, and he used that shit. And the same things I would say my mother called me, then he started calling me that, and he started calling me names, and he knew it was a weak spot in me because I wanted his approval. He was older than me and had a lot of money and very successful, had a lot of houses and businesses and shit. And so he knew I never had a man or daddy to approve of me. And I wanted his love. I wanted his approval. And he would do stuff like to keep knocking me down. And I was like, I want my own business. I work hard. You see, I work hard. I make my own fun. I said, nah, I got somebody else for that. Now I got somebody else working over here. Now I said, well, I'll be employed. Now that position's filled. It was always filled. And then I see the person he got it filled. It's a fucking junkie. Snort crack, smoke crack round the corner of your building on they break. But you rather hide them over me? That's when bitches start telling me, Alexyss, get out, because this guy is trying to jam you and he don't want you to have nothing. He don't want you to believe that you are somebody and that you special. This nigga is just setting you up and jamming you where you can't fucking get out, and then abusing you and knowing sucker punch you, knowing you can't go nowhere. That's literally how I have been living, and would tear up my shit, but then he would have the nicest shit and then tell me that's what I deserve. I mean, it's like a pimp. And then he finally had told me he used to be a pimp. See, that's one reason why I know the shit I know, because of all the shit that has happened to me, and I lived through it. And instead of being a drunk or drug addict, commit suicide or be a hoe or something, I sit back through my pain and I analyze that shit. And then my intuition, my spirit started speaking to me. That's how I created in my pain. And when he first started doing this shit to me real bad, I came up with vagina power, and I started taping it and replaying it to myself. And I'm like, you let somebody do you like that, you a dumb bitch. And then I'm sitting there replaying it. I'm a dumb bitch. Yeah, I'm a punk, bitch. That's right, I did that shit. I'm a weak ass bitch. Get rid of me. Playing my own shit to myself, calling myself a dumb bitch. And it's like, and this how you gonna flip it. Nigga came on here, I was playing. He said, what's that? You? And I played it and talking about him and what he did. Man, I'm finna get up out of here. And then I literally threw something at him and hit him. I said, you did me like that. You used my vagina power as a vagina weakness because you didn't know I know that my pussy had power. Mind, body, spirit, soul was fucked up and abused. You knew that, and you used it against me. Instead of you supposed to use your penis and your staff and rod to heal me. That serpent supposed to raise up his head and heal me, goddammit. But instead, you wounded me and you bit me and put poison in me with your damn serpent. Get your slithering ass out my damn house. He started listening, and I knew he was getting afraid because I started waking up and getting empowered. So yeah, I have been a victim as a child, put in situations I couldn't control, and then that cycle is just over and over and over and over. But I don't think that way. I don't feel that way now. I don't want to be that. What I want to do, which is why I'm being so um thank you, Brad. That's what my friend said. She said he telling you to get out and leave your stuff, but I'm finna evict you. She said he really don't want to do you like that, girl. And she read it. She says too many secrets, and she don't want the judge for you to tell the judge what he did and what's been going on. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm mad because I found out he was married, and I kept asking him, "Are you married? Are you married? Are you married?" Because we started looking at the properties in the two names, and he swore to me that he wasn't. And now I find out all this time he was. And I confront, I said, your wife. So what about your wife? And why you didn't tell me you had no wife? And he looked away and he would not answer me. I said, so now you getting your wife to put me out? Now you're partners in your team with her, but she don't know what the fuck you've been over here doing. I said, but that's okay. You take me to court, and I bet you the whole courtroom and the judge is gonna motherfucking know, because it's clear she don't know, for you to have her doing this, and I just want her out. I'm so upset by how I want her to get out. I said, she really gonna be upset by you when the fuck she find. I said, okay. See, that's why you don't, you keep saying you're gonna put me out, but you really don't want us to get in front of a sheriff and a judge with this shit. You know you motherfucking don't. Because now I'm not going to keep your secrets. I'm not going to let you abuse me and insult me. Now, all these years of it, I'm really angry and I'm really mad. And I'm sick now and I feel so much disrespect. And I have to try to put my whole life and my whole fucking body back together. Somebody's got to pay for that. And I shouldn't be the only one to have to pay for that with time and money and put myself together. You set me up because the house was not like that when I got here. And he just let it go down and the community went down because the landlords left their properties and everything, the internal structure and the guts. Again, the waterworks. That's why I did send Dr. Saban tell me about the water of the body and the life of the body. And we is water. And we know the life of an apartment, a house, a condo is the water system and the cleaning of the water system and no holes in the structure and the safety of the pipes in the water. You got poison in your water. You got rat feces and sewage in your water. You got holes in your structures and the foundation of it, and they're moving through pipes and jumping up and down on pipes. You're not secure because the water works. The literally blood flowing through the veins and the arteries of the houses, the pipes, you're going to have a problem. And I see that's also a problem that I had. And then went what into the other house of my physical body and the arteries and veins and the waterworks and the sinuses of my body fucked up the blood, the life force and the life flow, the chi of the body. I'm gonna take a break, babies. I love y'all. I haven't seen anybody put my cash up in here. I don't know if they have, but please help me. Continue to donate to me to help me move out of here and get have asked for more time. I had asked him for more time last night. I'm like, I need more time. And you know I need more time. You know this is wrong. And he was just like, walk away, I'll clean it up. And I was like, nah, I can't do that. I have too many clothes. I have too many supplies to continue my business. I got my son's bedroom suit. I got even my son's shoes. I took a picture of it to give to him because I didn't know it was in my clothes. I have a red velvet vest and a red velvet pants. And I unfolded. I said, "What's this?" And it was little, and it still looks brand new. I almost cried. I said, "Oh, this is my baby's velvet pantsuit. I got when he was a little boy and his velvet tie. I can't just walk away and leave my stuff here. And I can't. I have too many memories and some good things and just things that are still good. And then when this lady, I had interviewed with this white lady. She's like, "Well, let me see the pictures of the house," and she was like, "You're gonna throw that away?" She's like, "You got some really nice furniture." And I took her to my son's bedroom where the hole is, and she was like, "You're gonna just want us to just you're gonna pay us to dump that outside and those clothes and shoes and the pillows and the velvet chairs?" She's like, "Really? You should just put that stuff in storage, even though you don't want to, and then sell it when you move." And I have clothes, a lot of clothes with the plastic and the name tags. I never wore the clothes because I got so sick I couldn't wear them. And I said, it's not about that. It's about I'm afraid of contamination on the bed, the mattresses and stuff. And then the other girl that was cleaning up for me, she was like, "Oh my God, I love that bedroom studio." So I said, "You want it?" She was like, "No, girl, keep that and sell it. Just throw the mattress out." Yeah, and I said, "But I don't know if the rats peed on it." I said, "Probably did on the. You don't smell anything. I can't see anything." And the orchid man put traps in there, and I looked in the room. The trap is empty, even though the hole in the roof is in there. And I agree with you, money. Yeah, he's gonna tell them thank you. He's gonna say I abandoned it, and then I'm gonna try to get a new house in a few years, and then they're gonna be like, "Whoa, you did this to this man's house? Yo, look at these photographs." See, I can I can't out now. I really would be a dumb bitch, goddamn it, if I believe that shit and walk off. So what I'm gonna have to do now? I'm just gonna have to take a chance of him getting a warrant or get the sheriff's put me out because I that's not in my nature to have a mess or messy part of my life and just walk away. I am responsible for my stuff in here. Now, I'm even scared. I want to go to the hospital so bad, but I'm afraid to go to the hospital this week because I'm afraid if I go and ask them to admit me and just test me for mold and all the stuff I'm going through, I'm afraid when I come back, he will have thrown my shit out and changed the lock, and I have nowhere to go. I don't know. I just cannot trust him. So I'm just going to have to suffer through this illness right now, get my stuff in storage, get another place to live, and then I'll go to the hospital because at least I won't worry about coming back and being locked out and all my stuff on the ground. You keep telling me not to put it on the ground, but I feel like you want to put it on the ground. You just don't want me to put it on the ground. You want to, that's how narcissists are. They want to make a spectacle and see, bitch, the next bitch that get with me. You cross me, what the fuck is going to happen to you or what I'm going to do to you? Ha ha ha. Now the bitch outside homeless and hungry and shit with a swole damn toe. See, that's the way they do. And that's the way my mother did me. And I'm dealing with all of that. You're not gonna just jam me and then dump my shit. It just seems like you're excited because your dick is hard because you want to dump it. See, that's what I think it is. You don't want me leaving here with dignity and having my life in order where I'm not jammed up in a crisis. You want to do it to make a public spectacle of me, an example, and see the whole. See, it won't be the same if you tell the neighbors I threw it out there. Because then it's like the bitch just motherfucking backed down and left on her motherfucking own where she could goddamn have some dignity about us. And now I want to throw the bitch out. See, that's what I keep feeling. No, I won't do that. Not now. I don't want to go to the hospital or check me out because I'm here, and I know how he is. Even if she hang, oh, you talking about you? I don't know if you mean hang around the hospital or hang around the house. She can't do nothing. The fuck can she do? She's not the tenant like me. She don't live here. She has no authority. So if they get that court order and I get served and it's on my door, and while she's standing here, they do it unless she's got a mover right there to put it in the truck immediately so I don't have to deal with my shit thrown all over, my panties, my drawers, or my personal belongings thrown all over. Her standing here, it's not going to mean anything because she don't have no authority unless she got my shit lined up and ready to go and got the motherfucking U-Haul or whatever the fuck it is. So I'm not, look, I'm not questioning your judgment, but I'm going to trust my judgment here because I've dealt with this motherfucking monster and all of his, because like narcissists will punch you in your ribs and hit you in your face in a way like Ike was doing Tina in private, so that if anybody sees it around them, the children, they're not going to tell the public. They will hit you like that and they'll sucker punch you and nobody know the nigga been abusing you. And then he gets out in public and says, see, I had to put this bitch, crazy bitch shit out here in the street. This bitch didn't pay no rent. This bitch didn't do this bitch didn't do that. And then people say, oh my goodness, you're such a good man. You took care of her. You paid for everything. And now she does this to you and she fucks you over. Yeah, then it'll be like she had the rats in there. That's my fault. Yeah, they don't see the inside and holes and shit. She did that and she was feeding these spirits and shit and on this voodoo shit. Because that's what you said when he came in here. You up there feeding them whole place and feeding your grandma and all that shit. See, she did. Again, they still couldn't have came in here for window holes and entryways, big old goddamn holes in the wall and shit and walls upstairs. He tells them I did it. So that's how they are. And then they get fake sympathy and pity. I know I'm a good guy. Yeah, I know she used me and took advantage of me and she wouldn't leave. I was forced to, I didn't want to do it. See, that's what narcissists do, knowing they getting you inside and you stupid bitch and all this shit and abuse you, and then you don't tell by you covering them, bitch. I'm put you outside, bitch, if you tell. They know they get the power off of you and you keep their secret. Then they go out behind your back and they tell all kind of lies and you crazy too. You don't even know what the fuck going on. So both sides is in the dark, and who's always in the middle that both sides favor? The nigga that's telling the motherfucking lies, or the bitch that's telling the motherfucking lies. The narcissist is always gaslighting and what they call that shit, triangulating people. You need to look up narcissism triangulation, because that's what my mother did, that's what my grandmother did, and that's what this nigga did. And now I can't have this because bitch, you done told on me and all the shit I've been doing and been saying and how I set you up to jam you and set you up for failure. But then I'm telling everybody you got a mental problem. He tried to tell that inspector I had a mental problem, but she knew as a grown ass woman, I could tell she was a grown woman, an older woman, intuitive. When I started dropping little shit, dropping little codes, I ain't come right out and said it was fuck. I said, it was this, it was that. She said, oh, now I get the picture. She said, so this is some revenge. I said, yeah, this is some dick and pussy revenge shit. This is some retaliation shit the nigga been doing me like. And she said, Oh my God, I'm so sorry for you. I'm so sorry. Now he's saying he won't even mow your bed. He said, you got to go there and move that big ass, heavy ass bed by yourself. She said, "Can you just pay somebody?" I said, "Man, I don't know nobody." I said, "You see why he doing? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?" She said, "I'm so sorry." She said, "All I can do is make him bring it up to code. I can't make him let you stay and move the bed. I can just tell him to move the bed. And I can cite him for the hole in the ceiling above your son's bed." I said, "I can't. I'm only 5'2" and I'm sick. I can barely walk. I'm hopping around and he knows that he know. And when he got here the other day, I said, "Why you do that? Why you tell that lady that I could move that bed and you know I ain't never moved no bed and you know my condition?" He gonna look down and talk. So, well, you know, see, cause you had told that it was 5 years ago. It was resting here. Oh, my woman so upset. I said, "Oh, now your woman, now your okay, okay." And I just stood at the door and talked to him. I said, "You want to come in so we can talk? You want to look around since you got your mover here, big booty Judy out there." Your big booty, long hair, red bone, thick. I see you want to let the nigga in here? That's fine. I ain't gonna hold. I'm not even gonna be like you. You can come in. You can look at what you want to fix. If you want him to move the bed, fix the sin. Nah, 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 nah. I just thought you was gone. I said, but you got my phone and my text. Why you didn't ask me was I gone before you came out here and bring maintenance people? I don't know what. I don't know what he did. I don't know why, but he just popped up and he stayed for a long motherfucking time. And someone told me to go out there, and that's when this was like, go out there and talk to him. So I went outside in the sun. It felt so good to be in that sun, that warm sun on my face. I was talking to him, and that's when I noticed the nigga was walking straight and strolling, and he wasn't hopping on the stick. I said, I wonder what the fuck he got going on to pretend that you crippled and you motherfucking died. And so I'm not screaming and hollering. I'm just trying to talk to see what the fuck he gonna say. And people's like, get in the house, don't talk to that nigga, fuck that nigga, close that door. But I'm not gonna do it now. I'm gonna wait till I get out of here. I'm gonna show y'all a little surprise where you're gonna hear me and his conversation. That's all I'm going to say. So you think I'm stupid? Mm, okay. Well, I talked to him, and I'm gonna let you hear the conversation, but not right now, since I'm such a dumb bitch and a stupid bitch and a crazy bitch. Okay. And he even said, you'll hear him saying that he gives me an extension. Yeah, yeah. hmm But you know, stupid bitches don't know to do stuff like that. I never done it, but now I'm deciding I don't want to be so stupid anymore. Such a dumb bitch. Hmm. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon.